Have you ever been on your phone watching a YouTube video in landscape mode and then realize that you have to answer a message, so you go back to portrait mode, but at the time your hands are currently not available and you're using a phone stand? Uh, with our product, you won't have to deal with that anymore, and instead you can just wave your hand in front of an ultrasonic sensor and your phone will rotate for you. Our phone stand uses an ultrasonic sensor, and with the wave of your hand, the phone will rotate from landscape mode to portrait mode or portrait mode back to landscape mode. This allows anyone who is currently using their phone but does not have their hands free, whether that's because they are holding a baby or they're simply away from their phone, like sitting on the couch and their phone is on the table.
This is Kevin. I'm going to be demonstrating our final product. So the final design features a phone clamp, which is adjustable. That clamp is made to hold on to the phone so that it doesn't fall out once it rotates between portrait and landscape mode. Our ultrasonic sensor is placed in the front. So as you can see, when I wave my hand in front of it, it turns to portrait mode in this case, and back to landscape. All of our electrical components are housed within the base, and our servo is mounted onto the top of this, which allows the phone stand to rotate.
The way this code works is by first including the servo and ultrasonic sensor libraries, initializing those variables, and reading the distance from the ultrasonic sensor. Then, if the distance is less than 20 centimeters, it will go and set the current state equal to 0. If it is greater than 20 centimeters, it sets the current state equal to 1. If the current state is equal to 1, then it will do nothing, but if the current state is equal to 0, then it will check to see if the current state is less than the previous state. If it is less than the previous state, it will do nothing, and if it is greater than the previous state, it will switch the toggle state. This is an example of a true toggle, which will allow us to hold our hand in front of the ultrasonic sensor without it rotating multiple times, and will only rotate the one time. Then we check the toggle state. If the toggle is equal to 0, we set the rotation equal to 0 degrees, and if it is equal to 1, then it sets the rotation equal to 90 degrees. Then we set the current state equal to the previous state, which allows us to work with the true toggle. This is our wiring diagram. As you can see, it is a fairly simple product. We look at the ultrasonic sensor, and that is hooked up directly to the Arduino using the 5 volts and using the 11 and 12 pins for the trig and echo, and hooking up to the Arduino ground. Then we have the servo, which is hooked up also to the 5 volt and has a signal to control it on the 9 pin, and is also hooked up directly to the ground on the Arduino. We chose to specifically use a servo for this project in order to allow precise rotations down to an angle with less additional setup than like a servo motor or a DC motor, allowing us to have a more compact product. And we chose an ultrasonic sensor in place of a button or some other sensor because it allows for the hands-free activation of the device and is a very easily understood for our customers. This is a snippet of our code following the same logic as was shown on the logic diagram earlier in this presentation. It is a fairly condensed program allowing for simple understanding and any bugs to be found very quickly and solved immediately. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you are interested in our project.